to tweak a little bit on our transmission upshift line here. Sort of just be able to get somewhere. Like that. Somewhere over there? Yeah, well that goes on there. Yeah, so that's finger on my finger goes over there. Should be kind of around there. We got a hose there, then we got our hose here. It goes in that bracket. Right goes up. Screwdriver. Okay guys, that's the motor mount right there. See that piece? It has no holes anymore to be drilled and bolted. So what we're going to do is we're going to weld in a couple spots, and then when we go up we'll tack it underneath, and that's going to be good enough because all that stuff's going away once LS comes along. So I'm going to weld that real quick. I'll show you guys. This thing's pretty big to get in there, and I'm probably going to be in the way, so I don't know how much you guys are going to see, but you'll see what I can kind of do here. There ain't a whole lot we can do with this, just because everything's in the way. If we get a few good blasts on there, I'm okay with it. We're way far away. Way far away. I can't see nothing. We're almost welding it. We're welding right on top of it. If you can't weld it good, weld a lot. We're welding a lot and we ain't even getting in the right spot. I can't see where we're going, guys. You cannot see anything down there. And there's just no room. There's absolutely no room for this gun. No room for this gun in there at all. Well, we got a couple globs on there. I don't know if that's really not count for much, but it's on there. We got a bunch of crap on there. It's the downside, so I guess it don't really matter. Hopefully we can get a good spot underneath. Well, that's not bad. No, there ain't too bad. I probably should have left this exhaust manifold off. Probably would have made life like a whole lot easier. But we didn't. Alright, we got some good tacks up there. We'll get some more underneath once we get underneath. I don't know what you guys can see or not see, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you guys even see it? Where are you? You guys can't even see it anyway. You can't see nothing. Where are we? Oh, there we are. So, yeah. Well, there it is. Alright, so we're going to zoom you guys back out. Get you guys back set up right the correct way here. We're going to just keep bolting some parts back on this thing. I'll bring it back periodically. I don't know if you want to, how much of this crap you want to see. But we're going to set up the power steering and all that next. And I guess I'll bring you guys along for that. Then we're just going to tighten the two motor mount bolts, and then it's just assembly. But yeah, we'll keep checking in. Guys, we're going to set our power steering pump back on there first. at least with this one bolt to hold it. That's the, I don't know if this goes, I think it goes outside. Might have to take this off and on a few times because we don't know. I don't remember how it goes. I think it goes this way. We're 50-50 on this deal. Alright, so we got that caught. And then that long one's going to go in there, along with the alternator and the shim, I believe. We're going to find some stuff. We need a long bolt, alternator, and a shim. Guys, this is the fun one. There's a bolt that goes in there. Goes through those two, into the alternator, and then there's a shim that goes and touches that one. You'll see what I mean. But then the alternator has to fit between all this. So we have our alternator. So a top bolt. We have a top bolt and a back bolt. You guys see what I'm doing? My other friend. Yes, we have a top bolt, back bolt. Look at that, Delco Remy. 52-year-old alternator, still kicking. That's the back bolt. I'm going to stand the back bolt up. Alright, then we have this bolt and the shim and all this stuff. So this is going to go in here and here. And here. And then it's going to go in here. This is going to fit in here. Maybe? That's supposed to fit in there. I'm going to line this bolt up. That's on the wrong side. Maybe it's on the front side? It's on the front side. Okay, we got this backwards. That's going to go in there. And then the shim. Shim goes in here. Kind of roll that in there. I don't know why they did everything this way. Alright, now we got there. Now we got to get it to come out the back. I don't know where we are. If we can maybe spin that, thread it through. Maybe we can thread it through there. I doubt it, but we'll try it. Ooh, we even caught it in the block. How about that? Alright, the one stood up was the back bolt. That's going to go in here. It's like most of these brackets are like long gone. After the first person's been in there, like half this stuff don't go back. This bracket don't go back. Most of the wire and stuff don't go back. I don't know if we can tighten any of this. We should be able to tighten, yeah. We can't tighten those. We can't tighten that one. We're going to tighten the belts later. I think we can maybe tighten that enough, or a little bit. We can tighten the two on a water pump. We'll leave everything else loose because I want to put that pulley on and the fan on. Good enough. And then we got a 1/2 inch on the other side. It's in that bracket also. So we got a 1/2 inch right here. Beautiful. Alright, so there's our accessories. We'll throw some wiring at this and the throttle cable. We can do the throttle cable next. And we'll set up a 1/2 inch. Hopefully that'll just zip right on there. No issues. I hope this bracket's all the same. It should be the same. Oh boy. Might be stretching a little bit for the new intake. Might be stretching that cable slightly. Not too bad. It's a little bit. A little bit tighter than it was. Not bad. Not bad though. Not here. Yeah. Alright. Is that done? Give those a little zippy-doo now. Sure. So there's our throttle cable. Hopefully that's going to work for us. And that's how it was factory. That's, they raised the pedestal, but it still looks about right. All right, now we got some wiring here. Oh, we just lost the spring. This is all our wiring for this thing. What do we got going on here? I don't know what we got going on. Oh, this goes down and underneath. I think it just went down in front of the motor. It's right down through here. Down and around. Yeah, like so. Oh, that's that right there. Get our nice teeth on that. You guys see that? Let me kick you guys around a little bit. And move you guys up a little bit. There's a nut on this head stud. You guys probably can't see it because you're in the dock. But there's a nut right here. That catches your negative cable and your wiring so they... Wow. There it is. Let's say, man, that's wicked tight on that. All right. So this catches your little boot thingamajiggy here that holds your positive cable. Oh, it's a little bit, okay, there we go. Yeah, so that's about where that moves away, and then your negative cable goes right on top of it. That's how your negative cable lays. And then we got that wiring to do underneath, and we got wiring to do right here. So we'll put all this stuff together while we're here. There we go, that's that. And then the alternator plugs in right here. Whoop. And then we got 3/8 nut, I think it is, right back here. We'll put that on. And the alternator's all powered up. Ready to go. Come on. You believe that was 3/8? It's not 3/8. 7/16, so I don't have my over here. So this was a nylock nut on here too. That's for the main terminal on that alternator. Okay, that's that. This is an extra something or other. I don't know what that was for, but it was here before and it wasn't used, so we're not going to use it now. The rest of the wires go underneath. This is for our distributor. This is the power for the distributor cap. Once that goes back on, that's the blade underneath. And that'll go right over there. It won't go right over there. It wants to be over here. Come on, cut. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. We have a PCB. Something or other here. We're going to have to do something with that. A bunch of this hose we're going to end up cutting. But we still have to rebuild the carburetor. We got the ground we can put on the back of the motor over there. We'll go do that real quick. So you guys, I'm going to zoom you out a little bit. Okay, so we have some wires here. This one here with that boot on it, that was for the original oil pressure light. And then these two were like, I don't know, smog stuff, emission controls. I don't know what they did. They were like all these solenoid things. And then we have a ground strap right here. Goes from the firewall. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a ground strap that just goes onto the back of the head. You can't see. It's my shoulder. That's where it's going to go. Heck yeah. I'm going to push it down all the way. Hopefully we'll tighten it up right there. I'll push it all over the place. Probably will. Which it probably will. Twist all over the place. Okay, here's our engine valve. Alright, the rest I think we're going to do from underneath. I got a couple bolts here that you guys can't see. I'll get those. I'm going to go underneath and we'll do torque converter bolts. Tighten up the ball bolts on the bottom and tighten up the motor mounts. Okay guys, here's the torque converter bolts. This should spin, no binding, and it should be away from the, you should have to pull it out a little bit to make it touch. And I don't just put one bolt in and tighten that one bolt. You got to kind of put them all in by hand and then go back. Sometimes if you get them in there and then you tighten the one bolt, when you get around to the other side, you're you can't get the other ones in. So I put them like that, and then I'll rotate it. I'll bring it back when I go to tighten it. Once we have all three in, I'll tighten it. I'll show you. I just tighten them. But yeah, I'm just going to rotate the motor. So here's the next one. Same thing. Put it in by hand. Might be able to get the other one, maybe. Sometimes you can wiggle this around a little bit. It'll help you. You know, it all depends on how the threads are and if you got grease all over the bolts and stuff. But we can't quite get that one because it's hiding under the starter. So we're going to turn just a little until we can get that one in. We already dropped the distributor, so we don't have to worry about finding one again. Well, hopefully it's one. It's either that or already 180 out. We'll have to do it again anyway. So that's where that last bolt is, right there. And then I'll get a 9/16 and start tightening these, because everything should be nice and centered now. And that's about it, guys. Then you just crank them all up, tighten them nice and even. That's it. Zip and boom. Guys, this is our training tin that's going to go on next. There's two bolts with washers that are hanging down. I don't know if we can, oh, let's take them out. I guess we're taking them out. Thought we could slide on over them. I try to prep for you guys so you don't have to just watch, you know, mindless shit, but sometimes it don't work out. Sometimes it does. So these are like a self, I don't know, like a wood screw or metal screws or whatever. Two with the big washers go down the bottom. We didn't clean anything either. This is all just, you know, the way it was. With all its valve cover leaking mess. This thing, so ever since I got it, it was parked, you know, like whatever, 30 couple years until I got it. And man, the valve covers were just, I mean, they were just pouring on this thing. And I rode it around like that for like 2 years. I didn't put a whole bunch of miles on it, but man, the thing leaks plenty of oil. So you got one up here that you guys can't see. It's up here on the flange, over here. But there's 4 bolts that hold this little tin on. That's it. We're going to tighten them up. This one over here goes in from the other way, backwards. It doesn't go up from the bottom, it comes down from the top. So I thought it was kind of odd. Normally there's 4 of them go up, but because of the oil filters over here, I guess, they did it the other way. So we'll zip these up. Give it a little snug. That's that. Then, get these. Give these a little gun action. There we go. Alright guys, that's that. I got one more to tighten that you guys can't see, so I'll bring it back. So guys, we're going to tighten this motor mount bolt next. I'm going to zip these up. Then I'm going to try to do a little bit of welding on that other side. I think my impact sockets are wore out. They're not happy anymore. Be able to go on the angle without jumping off every single time. So that one's tight. We're going to tighten the one we're going to weld still. We're going to move over here to this one. You guys can see it. Yes, you can. There it is. We're going to zip this one next. And then we're going to weld it. We got a little bit more room to work on down here, so we'll do a little bit more than what we did up top. Sweet. Okay, that's that. I'm going to weld that. I don't know if you guys can really see. We got a little bit more to kind of work with. To bring you guys in the right spot. I don't want to burn up my phone. But, let me see if I can find a spot for you guys. Alright guys, here we go. I don't know what you're going to be able to see. Probably nothing, but we're going to try to do something up in here. Pretty tight quarters up in there. I don't know if I'm welding where I'm supposed to be, but it sounded good. Oh, almost. We can get a little bit more up in there. I don't have high hopes. I'm glad we're all swapping this. Probably use a little more speed on that, it sounds like. Oh yeah. Huh? It's good. That's good right there. Look at that sucker still glowing. Right there, look at that bead. Huh? I don't know if it's on the mount or not, but it's on there. There's something there. Some of that's gonna hold. We'll get a little bit more on the bottom. I'm gonna move you guys out of the way so you're not looking at my shoulder. Hey guys, we have these pipes that are chopped off. They're chopped off of something else, but it was Pontiac. So we're gonna see if we can get them to work on this deal. Because this is the no money, no budget, low budget, whatever you want to call this mess. Flange is like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it'll fit up in there. Maybe it won't. Triangle's got to be turned just right or it ain't going to go nowhere. Because it's like right up against that lower control arm. Let's say that's it right there. Let's see if we can get a bolt in there. I mean, I can run down and get... I might have to run down and get some studs for us. But I don't know if it'll go on with studs without the studs being funny. And funny not ha-ha, funny like bent. This is why we need a guy in the shop. Stupid shit like this. It's holding this pipe up, it's wearing me out. I don't know if it's the right thing for this either. Maybe they should be studs. And this, I don't know, it's a 9/16 bolt head either way, right? At least it should be. I don't know, that looks like it might work. I gotta locate some more bolts for us. I think that's gonna work. I'm gonna let that hang for a minute. I gotta move you guys out so we can find some bolts. But I think that's gonna work. So there's no space up in there. You look in there. Okay, so we can get that one to the right there. And then that one to the left is like underneath and control arm. But I'm gonna fight with that. I'll bring it back if we succeed. Alright guys, here's our pipes. Look at these exhaust pipes for free, man. These things are the best ever. Crap box for 100. Yay, for the win. Anyway, we had these pipes cut off or something. I don't know. They got some dings in them, but we're probably gonna have more dings in them because this thing's a low rider in the front. But this side had like, we're good. And they're already like, you know, we're good. So they're like heading towards the right direction. And then this side was like super tight on that flange up there, right there. So we had to grind the edge of it to get it past the control arm, and then we jammed 3 bolts in there. We didn't have to buy studs. We jammed 3 bolts in there, and this thing is like, yeah, buddy. We turned a little bit wrong, but I don't really care, man. We're gonna jam. I think I got some 2.5-inch mufflers. Can we salvage? So we're just gonna run straights from here to there, and we're gonna hang some mufflers back there, and we don't care because crap box 400. It's gonna be good. I really hope this thing. I just hope it runs well. You know, I call it the crap box, but I'm pulling for it in a way. Even though Pontiac with the motor mounts and all this stupid bullshit. I mean, I don't know why you change the casting to not have all the right bolts and shit. That's beyond me, but so all our underneath stuff is done. Our starter, we put a starter in, and we put the same amount of shims back in it. I did measure it the other day. I didn't measure it. I put the jumper on it and looked at it, and the spacing looks good with the shims that it had, so that's what it stayed with. And that's about it, guys. We're gonna go up top. We still gotta put a fuel pump on. I don't know what I'm doing for a fuel pump yet. I don't know if I'm gonna take it up to 350 or this, you know, crap box 400 had a racing pump on it. Maybe we'll use the racing pump if it don't fill the engine with gasoline. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. And I still gotta get a dipstick from somewhere because this one's missing, and I can't get the one out of the 350. So we're gonna hook some more stuff up top. See ya. But guys, here we are, back again. What did we do after the battery died last night? Put the fan shroud in, we got the fan on. We should have threw the belts on there. I'd probably do that now. Probably pause for a second and get the belt on. We're getting ready to drop that radiator in. But I think I want to throw them belts on first. It'll be easier to not fight that shroud. So I'm going to throw them belts on real quick. All right, so we hung 2 belts on there. I'm going to grab the radiator and throw that in next. All right, here we go, guys. I'm going to drop this sucker in. No scratchy, no whammy. Right on the rubber. Rubber's inexact anymore. Cold case must be a little bit bigger. Okay. It needs more chopping, but I don't know. I think you're alright. Oh yeah. I like that a whole lot better. So there's a coarse thread, so we got them right here. We were fighting with this in the Summit parking lot slightly, but we were under a gun for you. Time crunch. We had a time crunch on this one. Let's go back and watch that video. It's in the how about power tour stuff? Probably only a few that are actually going to see this anyway, because nobody watches more than 6 minutes. Well, there's a few dedicated out there. I love you guys. I like the hardcore guys that watch the whole thing. You guys are the only ones that are saving me. Keep me doing this stuff. With you guys. And I lost my tools, and now I can't find my ratchet. Because it's standing right here behind me. That's why. Alright, here we go. Hi, Ray Ray. We got Ray Ray in the shop today. I'll show you Ray Ray. Ray Ray will say hi to everybody. We'll have Ray Ray say hi to everybody. So afraid of breaking this thing. It's already got a couple cracks from us taking it out the last time. Then we got to put some radiator hoses on. I don't know how much of that stuff I'll show you guys because you already seen them coming out. I kind of want to make good videos, but my videos are terrible and I know they're terrible, so I don't know. Some people make 2-hour movies. It's okay. I don't know, I can't make anything. Alright, there's our radiator. We got our belts on. I showed you that, didn't I? I showed you that. There's our belts. They're on there. We got to tighten everything up. We're going to tighten those belts. We're going to put these coolant lines in next. I guess I'll show you the coolant lines. I got to move you guys a little bit. There we go. Bring you guys right up here where you can see. And, I'm always afraid of these on the aluminum radiators. I don't know why, because they usually just go right in, no problem. Man, if I can't start these by hand, not that you want to be starting with a wrench anyway. Somewhere like this one right here. This is a prime example. Just doesn't want to just start. Paranoid of cross-threading these things. Is that aluminum? I mean, yeah, it's aluminum, but man, I don't know. It just seems like the old radiators, the brass copper. That's probably just because that's what I'm used to. They just seem tougher for some reason, and they're probably not. It's probably the same. They probably strip just the same. I don't know. You know, you get that old syndrome going on, you know? I have that. Like, oh, my day this and my day that. Now, my day sucked too. I don't know, we always thought everything was better. Cars were built better in the 30s and all that. Well, maybe they were built. Except you got something that only goes 30 miles an hour. How good does it need to be built? Flathead junk, you know, they rebuild them every other week. Stuff wasn't that good. But, you know, in the 60s, you had decent horsepower. It wasn't all a bunch of smog crap. They lied to the insurance companies. They made cars that looked like something that they weren't. That's what we need to get back to, man. We pay too much in insurance. We can't speed enough. We have surcharges on our license. That's a scam, man. It used to be you got 3 tickets a year, you lost your license. There was no points, there was no this or that. Insurance figured out a way to make more money. Alright guys, I'm gonna throw a lower hose on, upper hose. Don't really need to see that much, so, and then I'm gonna, I'm like, we're ready, I think, kinda. We'll put some spark plugs and wires on. We got spark plugs, we'll put the wires and cap back on. We gotta run some gauges. So we'll see if this motor over here, if this motor does the same thing. It's a Pontiac issue because we have changed everything, including the motor at this point. So I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to finish up those couple things. And then I'll probably drag you guys along for rebuilding a carburetor. It's an Autobrock. I have a 1000 over there. I have an 850 Demon that we could put on. We have a couple options. 850 is like way too big for this. That 600 Edelbrock's probably too small. We'll see. We'll see where we go. We'll see what's good. And then we'll decide. Because crap box 400. Guys, this is what we got for our carburetor situation. We have 2 Edelbrocks. There's one there and there's one behind it. We have a Demon floating around, but it's going to be way too big. So I'm going to break these open and just see what we got. Ray's here today. Ray, leave that. What are you doing? Don't be licking that. Leave it. Hey, leave it. We got Ray out here in the shop. And we can ask Ray what he thinks. Let's see. Here we go. Ray, sit down. Sit. Oh, who's a good boy? Is that carburetor junk? Is it junk or is it good? I don't know what that means. Sit down. Stop rushing me. Sit down. Is it good or is it bad? Tell me. Well, is it good? Well, you don't. I don't know. You keep bum rushing me. Stop. You got to tell me. It's good? Yeah? Tell me. Say it. Well, do the head rip then. Do a head rip for me. You gonna do a head rip for me? Woo woo. Huh? 400 crap box? What? Tell me. Yeah? Crap box? Well, tell me, Ray. You gonna tell me? Tell me. Okay. It's gonna be good? All right. If it's gonna be good, if you say it's good, it's gonna have to be. Oh, tell me. Tell me. He doesn't want to talk no more. He's just sitting here now. Tell me, Dad. He's saying, Dad, what are you doing? What are we working on these Pontiacs for? LS swap it, Ray? Tell me, LS swap? Okay, yeah, it's always LS swap. All right, guys, so I'm going to break this open, and we'll figure it out from there. I'll bust it open, then I'll bring you along. So, you don't have to watch me fight with screws and stuff. This is where we are so far. We just pulled all these screws. So there's a bunch of them in the top. We just pulled all the screws out. We have some itty bitty needle nose. This accelerator pump is on the second hole. There's a little clip that goes in there. We're going to lose that. It goes on this table, and that's going to be the end of it. we'll put it up here on that piece of paper. So then that's that. I don't know if there's more, I don't know like which one's more aggressive or whatever. And is that the only one? I don't know. It's this one. It looks like we can just sneak that out. Oh no, that's got a clip also. We got 2 clips. And now this top should come off. Hopefully we don't break everything out, because if I don't have to use that gasket kit, guess what? I ain't gonna. Oof. It's gonna come off clean, or it's gonna come off dirty. Well, it's coming off. Ooh. We didn't break the gasket. The floats appear to be working. That's the float right in there. The needle and seat rather, not the float. Right in there. Right in here. There's a needle. When this floats up, it shuts the gas off. And they're both working. And now it's sticking. So we'll clean those. There's 2. There's one on each side. So we'll clean them up too. We'll pull them out and clean them. You can change though. That's how. I guess that's how you jet. I don't know much about Edelbrock. I think that's how you jet them. You mess with those things there. My main thing in here is trying to get those main jets out. Well, we're up these jets where those things go. Because that's what you kind of need to clean, and then we can take this out and clean. We clean all this stuff, or we can just spray it and see what happens. I don't know. Alright, I'll bring you guys back. I don't know. I don't have good luck with this. Alright guys, this carburetor, we got 3 of the jets out over there. This one here is all stripped. So we're gonna pull the other one apart real quick and see if it's any better before we start drilling stuff and making stuff happen. Let's see how bad this one is inside. Maybe this is the better one to go with. I don't know. We're gonna find out in a minute though. I'm gonna go get a thing for this, and this is has Torx heads instead, and it has electric choke. Maybe this is the one to use. I don't know. We'll see in a second. Hopefully it's nice and clean inside. I ain't even gonna bother messing with it if it's clean. Just gonna put it on and run it. All right guys, we're breaking open the second one. Oh, I like it already. We didn't break the gasket. Both seats are working. The needles don't look as bad. There's a lot of crap in there. See the rust coming out of that thing? There's a rust coming out of this thing. Oh boy. Needs a good cleaning. Floats look okay. Well, it doesn't look terrible. I mean, it's ugly. Don't get me wrong, it's ugly. But none of the holes are clogged. Look at all the shit coming out of there. Wonder if we can maybe just blow this thing out and call it a day. Accelerator pump. Accelerator pump, that thing kind of needs to be smooth in there. I'd go blow this out with air first, see what we're looking at. See if we got anything that's worthwhile here. I don't know if this is going to be worthwhile. We might be up against the wall on this one. It might end up being a 850. Let's go blow this out. I'm going to pause you guys for a minute. I'm going to go blow this thing out. Okay guys, this is going to be the one I think. We're going to pull the rest of this apart. And we'll just clean everything. Everything seems to blow through okay. I don't really think it's clogged, but I'd like to clean it up a bit inside there so it's not so ugly. And yeah, I'm going to pull that apart. I'll bring you guys back. Okay guys, we got our carburetor all set. I didn't show you much of it because I don't do these normally, so I have no idea what I was doing. And I took the top off like 4 or 5 times because we kept forgetting stuff. It's like supposed to be in the carburetor. So, but it's done now. I'm gonna jam it on here. And it's not gonna fit or what? Snuggy. Alright, so there's our situation. There it is. Got some washers here. Washes. We're almost ready to run, guys. We are like close. So it's full of mud daubers right now. I don't know how good it is, but we'll see. I mean, we'll try it. We'll try it. See what happens. Still 2 quarts low on oil, also, so we gotta put some oil in it. Make sure we got plenty of oil. We don't have a dipstick yet. We're waiting. But I put 4 quarts in it, and I know it takes 6, so you know we're gonna be good. And here's our throttle. How about that? How about that? Probably will get full. Our springs fell down there somewhere yesterday. I gotta go try to find them springs. We're gonna hook PCV straight to there. The brake is gonna go somewhere. So probably pause you guys while I figure out that this is the old mess. We don't need any of this no more. We're gonna just do what we need to do. Then, so I'm gonna do that stuff, and then I'll bring you guys back when I get my fuel pump in my hand. Alright guys, we're gonna jab this pump on there. I got it set up there, and the gasket's kind of floating up there loose. Hopefully we can just get it. I don't know. Sometimes that eccentric is really a pain in the ass. And usually I glue this gasket, but I'm all out of shit. So we ain't doing none of that. Sometimes you have to fight that eccentric. Well, the pump arm is pushing up against the cam, and it makes the pump like not happy, crooked, and bolts not wanting to start. You know, the normal stuff. The normal stuff. We got one started. We can line up the gasket and get the other one started. We'll be all right. We'll be A-okay. I got the gasket. We get the bolt. Maybe. Hey, this one might be easy. Shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. The second I said it, I knew. You know how the rest of that thing goes. You know, if we can go out and at least do 2 burnouts, maybe it's worth it. Maybe 3 burnouts. 3 burnouts. You know, so we got a fuel pump now. We're going to hook up the inlet, which is right there. We're going to rip that bolt out of the line. We're going to stab that fuel line back on. Do you guys see that? I don't know what you can see in the cameras this way. Yeah, you can see. So then we'll have our racing engine ready to run. And then all we got to do, maybe we'll hook up the loser switch while we're under here. And then we have a way to crank it, so we don't need anybody, right? And man, maybe it'll fire up and run. We don't really have exhaust. We have some exhaust, some awesome free pipes that we have, and I have a bunch of 2.5 lane over there that we can extend that later. I just hope it runs. I really do hope it runs. There's that clamp. All right, let's go up top. I'm gonna hook up the switch for the starter so we can jump it. And yeah. Okay guys, we're setting up our fuel hose. So this is 3/8, and that the thing on the pump should be 3/8, but they were running 5/16. We have this 5/16 old line that they had, and we have a 5/16 filter, which sucks. But this will get us running. We'll hear it run. We're gonna. I want to like change this out so it's like 3/8. 5/16. I'd much rather have 3/8. Maybe turn the distributor a little bit. If it doesn't, then you know, who knows? I'm 180 out. I don't know. I'm gonna get some gas. We're gonna fill that bowl. We're gonna see if our accelerator pump works. And We're gonna crank it over and see what happens. See if it fires right up. Okay guys, first start, no water, full of oil. We're getting oil pressure gauge inside. I don't know if we can see it. Hopefully we can see it. Maybe we'll move that around. We're gonna move that around so we can see it. We need to see it. Well, we can see it, we just need to put a light in there. We're gonna fill the bowl, turn the key on. Hopefully it just fires right off. I mean, it should. We primed the oil the other day. I'm pouring more on the outside of the carburetor than in it. I mean, I don't know. I think those bowls should be full by now. Or it's just pouring down the inside, who knows? Could be that too. I don't see any accelerator pump. That's not good. We're just not seeing it? I don't think we have an accelerator pump. We just rebuilt all that. Okay, I think it's full now. Half a bottle. Oh, looks like we're starting to get accelerator pump. I don't know. I don't want to keep doing that just in case it is accelerator pumping. Are we going to turn the key on? Should start? I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to do something. Which way do you think we should go? We'll go that way. I don't know. Maybe we're going the wrong way with this shit. Let's try this way. Doesn't want to, I think we're 180 out, guys. I think we're 180 out. That should have went putt and started right up. Unless all that gas just poured right through that carburetor and it's flooded. We can go this way some more. I don't know. We can try it. I don't know. We're going the wrong way with that. That's what it is. Try more that way. Should we try more? I don't know. What do you guys think? We might be a tooth off. When that took it. See, we just got gas up there, guys. I don't know why that accelerator pump ain't working. Oop, you got a loose cable? You got a loose cable. Good thing we got all the junk connections going on. Oh, we got vacuum leaks? Hold on, let's fix. We got some massive vacuum leaks I forgot about. Guys, we got a massive vacuum leak. There's a 3/8 hole in the back of that intake. I forgot all about it. Plug it. Let me show you. See that metal tube? There's a metal tube coming out of the back of that carburetor. Right there. That's wide open. So we're going to block that, and then there's two in the front. And then maybe we'll have some luck. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, guys, run two. Here we go. I don't know. We should be all set. Put a little gas in there. Let's Still don't see our accelerator pump. So I think we're going to be taking this carburetor apart again. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Turn the thing on. We don't have vacuum leaks now, so it should be good to go. Warm by now, so we're going to get some water. I think that's the next step for this baby. We're going to go get some water for us so we can run this thing a bit longer. It seems not bad. 75 pounds oil pressure in there, which is nice. We need some water in there. I'm going to go grab us some water, fill that sucker up, and well, maybe we can run it a little bit longer. That carburetor sucks. Kind of bummed out about the carburetor, not gonna lie. We have no accelerator pump. I don't know why. Everything's rebuilt. I don't know. We're gonna take the top off again, see what's up in there. Kind of sucks, but kind of doesn't. It seems like it runs like trash, but I mean, it's all rusty, cylinder wall. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we need to back the valves. I have no idea. We're gonna open the door for a little while, and we're gonna go get some water. Okay guys, we're pouring some more water in this sucker. We should be getting close to somewhere. It's about 3 gallons now. Should be less than a gallon for sure. Now we can fire and let it run. We're going to leave the door open so we don't get clouded out in here this time. So let's fire it up. Let it run for a while. I think that carburetor is junk. I think that was a waste of $50, but let's see what happens. I don't know why it's... Oh, we did change the accelerator place. This thing here was supposed to be like, I don't know, closer, quicker or some shit. Maybe it needs to go back to the second hole where it was before. Well, I see smoke coming out of it. I don't know. Maybe it's... That thing runs pretty good, guys. I'm going to let it come up to temp and I'll bring it back. We're going to throw some timing at this thing. This thing runs pretty good. Crap fly. around for a while. I'll bring it back. Crap Box 400, there it is. I don't know if it's gonna live or die, but living right now. Hey, we got Ray. Ray, what are you doing, buddy? Here he comes. Oh, hi, Ray. He's gonna run in circles. You gonna tell us? Tell us something. We got our hacked up exhaust all done. Look at this, huh? Look at this. Don't look at them welds. You know, don't. Oh no. But here we go. Look at this, huh? We got it's cheapo. Don't look at them. Oh boy. And oh, I can't see no more. So anyway, there's our awesome exhaust. We had these laying around, so I'll buy another kit, a couple of those. I think we got like $200-300 in this whole swap, and it's hot garbage. So look, we got exhaust pointing this way, and then now it's pointing that way. So there's going to be, you know, a tornado of burning rubber out the back of the car. So it's going to be awesome. And we used an old power brake thing for the hanger, and we used an old muffler clamp on that side. Yeah, buddy, just weld it right to it, call it done. So cheapo. This thing's ready for a rip. We got to take that carburetor off again, see if we can fix the accelerator pump. That's what I'm going to do next. So if I take that off, and I'm going to get rid of that spacer too. I don't like the spacer. I'll show you guys the spacer. I don't like the spacer. Okay, so we're going to pull the carb. There's a spacer under that carburetor. It's 1 inch thick or something, maybe a little bit more than 1 inch thick. I don't like it. I think we're going to get rid of it. We'll see what happens though. We're going to pull that carb next. Okay, guys, crap box is done. We changed the carburetor around. Got rid of that stupid plate. We put a bunch of timing in it. I don't know if that accelerator pump seems to be, I don't see how they work because there's a groove in the carburetor. Let me show you. Oh, maybe I won't. The workbench is a pile of crap right now because we just took all the tools off of everything. Oh, here it is. So the accelerator pump goes down in this hole, and there's a little hood on it that pumps. This thing here, it goes down in that hole, and when you get down, it should make a pump. As you push it down, it makes a pump. Well, it has this big ass groove all the way down the side, so it really can't pump anything until it's down there, and it's at the very bottom of the throw. So I don't get it. The thing's stupid. I'm not an Edelbrock guy, but maybe that's a question for my buddy Kevin. Kevin likes these things, and he watches videos. So maybe he'll call me when he sees this mess of Edelbrock. But we're ready to rip. We ain't not an oil dipstick, so we're losing a little bit. We ain't gonna go far, so we're gonna go out and rip on it. And we'll see what happens. See it spraying on the windshield. I don't know if you guys can see all them little specks, but I don't know where it's coming from. I'm guessing oil dipstick because that's the only thing that's like open. So, and we'll tighten the valve covers before we go. Right, guys, see it. We're in Mexico. We're gonna do a burnout. Hell yeah, boys. There we go. Well, that's better burnouts than it used to, that's for sure. That's any indication. We'll cruise for a minute. Well, guys, it leaves some pretty good burnies, you know? Not bad. Definitely not bad. Well, guys, thing runs pretty good. We're pulling back in, and we'll see how it starts. Now it's running 190, and we kind of been beating on it, so we'll see if it gets the hard start deal going on with timing. But I'll bring you guys back. See ya. Like, share, subscribe.